Hi everybody, this is Deetza from Atlanta Diamond Design, although today you find me in my studio, so an unfamiliar setting. You could probably see some of my engraving equipment behind me. Today we're going to work on something special, and that is Izzy and Terry's 50th anniversary ring. The really cool thing about this design is that I happen to know these people very intimately since they're my parents, and so it's easy for me to add a little bit more personal touches. I'm going to create three designs. I always like to start with three, and it gives people the feeling that they could see it, their idea, their vision in three different settings, and then it enables them to hone in on one style that they particularly liked, and want to maybe tweak a little to turn into a ring. And after we're done tweaking, then I hand it over to the team with all the 3D designing skills to do their magic. Usually, we have nothing and we're drawing completely without anything in front of us, which is what makes drawing like this so challenging. In this case, we do happen to have the center stone. Izzy already procured this beautiful watermelon tourmaline. The tag says that it's 5 3/4 carat, which I hesitate to use carats when I talk about gemstones because you're probably used to thinking about diamond sizes when you hear carats, but it is quite large, and Terry has a much more petite hand than me, which is another thing, where I know this about Terry, so it helps me with the design. This is really going to be the star of the show. It doesn't need a whole lot, but I'm going to do two designs with it vertical like this and one design where it's horizontal. I do not think that the horizontal is going to go, mostly because Terry's finger is more petite than mine, and also it's a little more avant-garde, and I try to warn people about going too trendy with their designs. When it comes to like a Christmas present, I think that's fabulous. Or I don't know, and a birthday present maybe. It depends. But with something like this that's so sentimental, a 50th anniversary ring, this is going to hold sentiment not just for Terry, but her kids, her grandkids. It's going to be passed down. If you stick to a very classy style, there's less chance that it's going to be redesigned in the future, and it's going to continue holding its sentimental value. There's nothing wrong with redesigning a ring that you inherit that you don't like. The stone is still there. It could still be a nod to your ancestors, but I think it's nice when people receive something and like it just as it is. So when you stick to some classier designs, there's a higher chance, a higher likelihood that everybody down the line is going to love the design. So in today's drawing, it's straightforward, pencil, paper, nothing fancy. What I do have in my arsenal that you might find interesting is I took a class with Remy Rotenier. I will try to link to him. He taught me how to draw an emerald cut stone. The proportions of this one are different than our tourmaline. A round stone, I'll be using a few of those in the design. And some perspective. I think I'm gonna also design one ring with a square shank, which you see here. Obviously I have some perspective issues. I see it in this drawing. I'm learning too. So without further ado, let's get started. This is the third drawing I'm creating for this project. In this design, I chose to put the tourmaline vertically, and to enhance the rectangular shape of it, I added 3 baguette diamonds on each side, which repeat that rectangular shape and really enhance it. It creates 6 baguettes total, and it reminds me of when we were kids. Terry always added 1 extra candle for good luck on our birthday cakes, and it feels like giving my parents like 1 extra baguette for good luck for their rest of their journey together, for their continued journey together. And I really love that idea. I also think that when we were talking earlier about creating a classy design that's going to be loved by multiple generations, I think this design does that. It is very classy. And then I created a square shank, which again repeats that rectangular shape and enhances it. So it's graduated, meaning the tourmaline is the largest, and then there's a large baguette, a medium baguette, and a small baguette. And then that creates this taper that goes from large to small to the shank and makes a really smooth transition. It's a really pretty design. I like it a lot. And then we have the other two designs that I created over here. On the top, this one has 3 marquee on each side and 1 round. Izzy originally proposed to Terri with a simple round solitaire and then later upgraded her to a marquee that she wears every day today. And I thought it was really sweet to nod to that in a 50th anniversary ring. And then we have this horizontal one on the side here. This one, I put 5 marquee, which is definitely a nod to the 50th anniversary. So I can't wait to show these designs to Izzy and see what he says. Stay tuned.